And we are live. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, for those of you that don't know, it is the 4th of July, if you're watching this after the fact. And I don't have the kids. I don't have much to do. It's just been kind of like a really lazy day for me. And I'm sitting here. I've seen a couple other people doing lives and things. So I thought I would jump on and do some pennies. Now, I don't mind if nobody shows up, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to do some pennies, search through them, see what we find. As always, we're going to keep the copper, right? And for sure, keep any of the cool stuff we find, but may get a little loud. I already hear my neighbors starting to light stuff off, and it's not even dark yet. So, that is what that is. So I'm just going to sit here, calmly go through these pennies, and hopefully somebody watches the replay when they get around to it. Other than that, I had Monday off. I took Monday off. I went to go see Happy Chappy. Finally got to meet up with him, give him his giveaway wins, and we checked out a coin shop near us. Very nice shop, pretty good. I made some purchases. He made some purchases. Fairly happy with their knowledge and everything. It was a pretty good experience, and I'm sure I will be back. Shield 70. Now, I just found out, so like here's a 2023, right? Oh, of course. The light is going to play tricks, but you see the VDB there. Right on the bottom of the bust here. So the VDB, apparently there are some that have like an extra V off to the side. I don't really check my shield since I can't imagine that those are worth very much, but it remains to be said that they exist, and I only know of them on the 2023s. It's the only thing I know of for sure. Ooh, look at that. Almost wish I had gloves on, but they're pennies. Oh, I don't think we're hurting anything. Look at that. Look at that, 68. Denver. That is a gorgeous penny. Cent penny. I like penny. I really do. I know it's very British. There we go. We're focused in a bit more. But yeah, the penny. Very nice. 68. That's going up here in our special pile. Get my bin ready to receive all of the clad. We love clad, right? So, that one's toasted. 79, we'll keep that. 64, we'll keep that. What are you? 82. Large date. Feels like it's copper. I'll have to check that later. You gotta weigh the 82s, and my scale is out in the garage because I was practicing what I'm going to call pours. Here's another one. Really clean one. 82. I was practicing what I call pours. It went about as you would expect. So I'll explain a little bit here. Here's a really nice 81. Kind of off-struck, but not enough to be anything. See how fat the rim is on that side, and over here it's non-existent. It's in really good shape. But it'll just go into the copper bin. So what I'm trying to do, I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do with the silver is essentially, I was hoping, to be able to like just melt it. 62D. And then form my silver from that. You know, heat up the mold and then basically place the shot inside of it and then melt it. And that didn't go that well. I don't know. I'm only using a torch, and it is a really hot torch. It's MAPP gas. But I don't think it's hot enough to get the mold and the silver that hot and keep it that hot, if that makes sense. Because if I do get it melted nicely, then usually like there's a section that is like not warm enough, so it's sticking to the mold or something along those lines. And so for that reason, it's not really working the way that I want it to. So what I'm trying to avoid is pouring. I would rather, and I think for me, I don't even know if it's possible, but for me, it seems like the best course of action would be to just cast the silver in the mold. In other words, put the silver in the mold, heat it up to melting temperature, and then take away the heat and let it cool. You can always dump it and then quench it, whatever, but get it to solidify and then cool it down, and that's it. Like, I don't want to pour, not because it looks difficult, just because of like the added trouble, we'll say. I more so just want to find a way to cast without pouring molten metal, if that makes sense. That's my goal. So far, I need a lot more heat or something. I even built like a little kiln kind of idea, like bricks around the area that I was trying to heat up. I made that area as small as possible with the bricks. I covered the top, basically just enough room for the torch to get in and some air to come in. And it works really. It's like this close. It's on the cusp of like actually working right, but just not enough to sustain the temperature that's needed for the silver to like stay molten for any period of time. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I can show you what the result looks like. So here's one of my successful ones. Constitutional stacker. Buy a furnace. Yeah, I might have to. So here's one of the ones that actually did work, and it's just kind of like a blob that I hammered down relatively flat, and then of course the JSI on the back, and that was okay. But then earlier today I went out and I tried again, and also I'm not using any like borax. So you see the contamination there on the silver. I think that's actually probably graphite and other contaminants from the crucible. But this is what I was talking about. So I'm getting it hot enough. It melts. But the problem is then not all of it melts, and some of it stays stuck to the crucible like there and there. So this should have been, and this is where I'm also confused, this should have been 2 ounces. It was 2 pieces that combined pretty much weighed 2 ounces beforehand, and now it's not. It's like 1.8. So I don't know if I lost some silver in there due to something else, but the bottom of it looks decent. But the top, you can clean this up. I haven't run it through anything. I haven't really done much of anything major to try to clean it up because I kind of knew this one was a wash. But this one, it's okay. you know, but it's just not super pretty. And if you go somewhere to sell this, I don't know why I would, but if you did, they're probably going to look at you a little weird, you know. And also, I got to say, too, especially for these smaller pieces, those regular, like, generic stamps that you get suck. Maybe on, like, a bigger piece, it's okay to use these, but on these small pieces, there, as you can see there's barely enough room. Now people are coming in. We're hunting pennies. We're not talking about my silver failure, right? And maybe I will buy a furnace, but until then, I'm gonna keep trying. I still got some shot left. I will say, once you get like the chunks like this, once you're in this realm, it is with the torch. It is incredibly hard to get this to melt again. Like the bigger the chunk, oh, difficult. So that's another thing that I gotta watch out for, because I actually had to melt this twice to get it looking this decent. The first run looked even worse, and I remelted it, and this is what I got the second time. So it's a process for sure. Don't put clad in the copper, Matt. So yeah, 4th of July. It's a boring day for me. I'm gonna separate this copper. I'm looking for one of these extra V 2023s if I can find one. I'm not hopeful. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And hanging out with you fine folks. If you're not actually like at some park somewhere fighting the crowds to see some fireworks. What is that? I know I think it's a D. Yeah, it's like a 94D. So yeah, it's been a real lazy day for me. Welcome in Siren, Constitutional, Jimmy Lacari. Jimmy and Siren, always quick to get into the streams. 78, we'll keep that one. Dun, dun, dun. Trying to, I don't know how much those extra V's are worth. Probably not much. It's essentially a stamping error, and I don't know how they do that on such a small stamp mark. Like, that just seems weird, how you would mess up like that and potentially not realize. But I guess it happens. I lurk. Yeah. No kidding. You and Jimmy both. I swear, like, sometimes I think you guys are in, like, 4 and 5 streams at a time. 'Cause you're just everywhere all at once. Damaged. Oh, nice 73. That's gotta be clad. And now I don't like this, because I really just normally throw the shield sense to the side. I don't really look at them. There's a couple, like, I guess, like dye chips and some things like that exist out there somewhere, but I'm not super interested in any of that, so I'd never really have had to look. Uh-oh. We're getting close. 59. First year of the Lincoln Memorial. That's interesting. Maybe we'll get lucky. 78 right next to it. Ooh. 64 next to that. Okay. But, as we all know, I hate shield sets. And I don't like the idea of having to look through them for stuff. That's why I'd rather just find one and get it over with. But that may be easier said than done. Oh, what's that? That's got a lot of toning on it. What are you? It's a Lincoln Memorial back. But, oh, it's a 71D. Bring this down some. little spotty, but it's really good toning. I know the camera doesn't do a lot of justice for it, but we'll set that to the side. And we have our first Wheatie. Look at that. This might be a good box after all. 44. Super common Wheatie. Not in the worst of shape, though. So we'll set that to the side. I was watching Mo Money Inc., and he was trying to teach everyone about errors and quarters. Ooh, that's a good lesson. I should be over there. You can't ever know everything. That's a really decent 79, but it helps to get information from people who have taken the time to learn these things, and that can speed up your process of, you know, trying to get up to speed or, you know, understand a certain topic, especially when you're talking about error coins. That's why, like the early U.S. coinage, it's one of the reasons why I've stayed away from it, because those guys, number one, are crazy, and number two, it's like take coin collecting and multiply the difficulty by 1,000, and your coins are like super hard to find because there probably weren't a lot minted anyway, and then, you know, how many got destroyed or lost or whatever have you. The early colonial stuff is just a whole nother ball game, and I stay away from that. I'll get some, but like I was looking at a 20-cent piece the other day at a coin shop, and I think they wanted like, it was like 420 or something. I think I had them talked down to like 390, but I couldn't bring. I know the coin's valuable. I know they only ran them for like 3 years or something, but I just couldn't stomach spending that much on that one coin because I don't have anything really like that, so it's almost a waste. It's not like I'm adding it to a collection, and it'd almost be like starting a new one or having like a one-off coin. Not really something I want to jump into. Coin Junkie! Welcome in. I am, instead of lighting off fireworks prematurely, I am looking through pennies. 61, mainly sorting the copper. But if we find some other stuff, we already did find one Wheatie and two really nice, maybe AU or something to that effect. Who was it? I think it was Pirate Stacker. Did a video, I think it was earlier today, or I watched it earlier today, about a lot of his ANAX graded coins. And I like ANAX, but, and again, I'm no coin grader, but I was watching his video, and he had a bunch. Number one, I like the way they do their boxes. I guess they sit in like a slight angle, so you can read that beveled edge on the top where it's telling you about the coin. That's super nice. But aside from that, he was showing some of his barbers and different coins that he had in these boxes, and to me, like, I don't know, again, not my thing, I'm no expert, but it seemed like a lot of the coins he was showing off were like undergraded, like severely. I know I get like details, grades, and things like that cleaned. It, you know, those things happen, but like he had some that looked like they had plenty of detail on them, and they had like very low grades, like 8s, you know, and it just didn't seem. I don't know, maybe. But a lot of the stuff he was showing looked like it was graded really low. And that's one of the things that kind of, it doesn't worry me about grading, but seeing something like that kind of puts me off a little bit on someone like ANAX, because, you know, I get they're cheaper, but like those grades, some of those I've seen like much better looking coins get super high grades, and his, I'm sure they were missing some detail, but like they were like barbers. And like I got this one I just picked up yesterday, and it's an 1894. You see all the wear on it. You can barely, tell. I mean, you know what it is, but you get what I'm saying. It's smooth. And then it's a S there, you see. And so the back's, what we would expect, starting to get real worn. This is on the super low side. This is where I would expect to see like a 3, 4, 6, something like that. But he had one that had all the detail, all the rim, maybe some heavy wear on, the details, but it was all there. You could clearly see everything. And it was like, I want to say it was like an 8. And that kind of scared me, because I don't want to get something graded and then, think it's half decent, or at least I perceive it to be, and then it comes back at some extreme low ball grade. You're almost wasting your money at that point. It's nice to put it in a plastic holder, but I can get a plastic holder for like $1 and put the coin in there myself if I don't care about the grade. So, I'm sorry. I've been ignoring the chat a little bit. You know how it goes over here. I'm trying to focus. Constitutional's here. Coin Junkie. Siren. I paid a bit for a trade dollar. I bought that. The only trade dollar I bought when I didn't know any better. And I bought one off Ravenhawk. Now, I got a good deal. I did. But I didn't know about the grading companies at first. And it was like, it wasn't even Anax. It was like one of those, we legit don't trust what this holder says kind of thing. And I took it to a coin shop to have them like tell me like, okay, like what do you think? And they seemed to probably concur pretty well with the fact that the coin was real and somewhere in the neighborhood of the grading. I forget what it was actually graded, but it was an 1877 S, and I lost some money on it, but I traded it at that coin shop for a bar just because they explained to me, they're like, yeah, like we're pretty sure the grade, it's in this range, right? We're not disputing the grade, but they said like you bring it to anyone in this holder and they're not going to believe the grade. Even if the coin looks like it may very well be that grade, they're not going to believe it because this is not a grading company that anybody respects. It's like reputable. And so knowing that and some other stuff, it was a little out of my league at that time. I went ahead and traded it off. I got some silver and stuff for it, but it's the only trade dollar I've ever had. And it was a nice one. I just didn't know enough about that grading company when I bought it. I didn't lose too much on it. I barely lost at all. So, I mean, really, that's kind of almost the price for payment and shipping and things of that nature. I don't trust your coin dealer. It was one of the whack grading companies, so I trust that. And that specific shop is like whatever the damn coin grading certification they have them. They send people off to the schools and they train in coin grading and whatever that whole process is. So they do know what they're talking about. And they offered me pretty close to what I paid for it. So, I mean, that kind of tells me that it was, what they said. It was in that neighborhood, was correct. But I don't even remember what the company was. But it was It was some whack grading company. So, I mean, I don't trust them that much, Siren, but I trust them enough to, you know, I guess not get completely screwed on that one. Oh, I do have another fun one for you. I got a sneak peek for some of you might be interested in. $69, no doubling. So, very nice, $79. When I went to the Shelby County Coin Show, I bought a coin. And it's this. Now, the plastic, I can't do anything about, but it's this Stone Mountain. If I can get this to focus without, it's a little better. So, it's a Stone Mountain. There, that's not hateful. I picked this up at a coin show. The first one I went to. I've been slow rolling these commemorative halves. And I got this. And then, like, no kidding, like a week later, Daniel from Coin Help You does a video on counterfeit stone mounts. And he goes over a couple coins that came into his shop, and they have a lot of these features that you see on this coin. They have that real dark toning. They have what we'll call like significant wear. You know, just it looks like a decent coin. It obviously looks like it is what it is. Everything's in the right place. It's got some wear on it and some really dark toning. It's fake. So he did this video about the fakes, which caused me to then go, oh my God, I got to get mine checked. So when I met C Happy Chappy on Monday, we went to a coin shop and I brought it with me and I said, hey, can you guys check this? And the guy looked at it and immediately was like, yeah, this thing seems a little off. Let me scan it. Scanned it, 75% copper. So it's fake. Now the good news is about this one is I actually got the number of the guy I bought this from just because we were talking and a little bit during the transaction, and I asked him, you know, where he was from, and he said, oh, they were from out of state, just the state over or under, I guess, but you know that they were always coming up and doing coin shows in Ohio and different places. And I said, okay, like, you know, give me your number. You know, maybe we can, you know, work some things out in the future. I can check in on what shows you're going to be at, etc. So I got his number just to literally, like, happenstance to kind of, like, keep up with him. And then this happened. And so I've already gotten a hold of him. We're going to meet up at another coin show that he's planning on going to in a couple of weeks. And we're going to then remedy the situation. But in the meantime, since I was at the other shop and they told me mine was fake, I bought a real one. So this one's uncirculated. And when you look at them, I can't, you know, the camera's not going to be good for side by side. But if you try to, you can just see, like, the detail is here on this, like, the fineness, the lines, like everything's kind of crisp, where my counterfeit coin, everything looks a little dull, a little muted, like you got to get in there, right? But when you do, you know, just like the lettering, like they're there, but you see like the edges just don't look super crisp, and you chalk that up to like where it's not, you know, the best graded coin, you know, coin grade like condition. So you're like, okay, like, yeah, but everything's in the right place, the font's right. But then when you look at something like this, you see just how crisp it really is. And so then you look back at these and you see how fuzzy they are. And so, like, that's one of the telltale signs that Daniel was talking about in his video about the counterfeit Stone Mountains, was the details were fuzzy. Like, they're there, but just the lines aren't crisp, they look muted, and that's... I can see the copper. Can you really? I can't. It got me, because, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, it's definitely fake. So I gotta go get that fixed. That was... I mean, it's unfortunate. It's nice for these things to happen, though, because they're like learning experiences. And the coin was priced accurately. And that's why when you're buying something like that, a lot of times, it's like a $50 coin. You know what I mean? It's not like it was hundreds of dollars or anything. So, you know, it's hard for me to say, like, it's not worth somebody counterfeiting a $50 coin. But then I guess if you're counterfeiting a bunch of them all at once, I mean, theoretically it might be worth it. It just depends. But they got me on that one. So, beware. Like, pay attention to your YouTube videos. Coin Help You and other people, even in bullion, Silver Eagles, things like that. I mean, the fakes are out there. We know they are. And because of the rising cost of silver and other precious metals, it's probably going to continue to happen, if not get worse. It's hard for them to keep these things out of the country, you know what I mean? Well, we got a Canadian 94. Sweet. We'll keep it for the Canadian album. Siren's still over here trying to solve the chat words. So yeah, unfortunate, but the good news is the dealer was super understanding, and he, you know, we had the some text messages back and forth, and then we had a phone call, and he even said in the phone call, you know, while we were talking about it and trying to figure out how logistically we were going to do this, he even said, you know, yeah, like, by all means, like, yeah, because he asked me, you know, before in the text, he's like, you know, is it still in the same flip that you bought it from us, and all of that, and that's not to, you know, attempt to discredit me. That's so that he can, like, identify it from his stock and then try to identify where it came from. And in this one, like I said, it's got a label on the bottom that says Stone Mountain, like a printed label. And so once I showed him that helped him, like, easily identify, okay, I know where that coin came from. So he can then try to trace it back to who he bought it from, because somewhere, somebody, who knows how far back, but somewhere somebody knew it was fake and passed it off, right? And that's what you got to watch for. But, I mean, for all we know, that could be 4, 5, 6, 7 people back, who knows? So it's hard to, like, fault anybody for this directly. Things just kind of happen. So we're going to get it fixed, and then, you know, move forward from that. Uh-oh. Another Canadian. This one's a George. And 42. Nice. Nice. This might be a half decent box. We got one wheat, a couple BU looking, AU, BU, you know. And then so far, some decent other coins. The Canadians, nice. You don't see a lot of the early Canadians like that. I mean, they happen, but they don't happen often for us, being here in the States. So, Siren, how are you? Any good pickups lately? I know I saw, where was it? I was in somewhere. I saw you get a lot. Forget what it was, or you won an item. And I remember thinking it was a good deal. Getting a lot of 77s. I don't know why that is. Oh, Frostbite's here. There goes the neighborhood. Oh, Frosty. Why do you always come in late, bro? I know you're busy. I know you're busy, but I'll go back into this for you. So, I bought a counterfeit Stone Mountain at a coin show. So, I bought that. I won't go into the whole story because I just got done telling everybody. I ended up buying another one, a real one. Paid $100 for it, but it's nice. But I've already got a hold of the seller. We're gonna get back together and remedy the situation. But that's gonna be a video I'm gonna have coming out sometime soon. Yeah, counterfeit coin. It was all because of Daniel over at Coin Help You. So if he hadn't done that short and I hadn't caught it, that would still be sitting somewhere inside my collection in a shelf, and I probably wouldn't have figured out it was fake, or I maybe never have, because I don't really like the commemorative halves. I don't think that's anything I'm ever really planning on selling. So my kids probably would have been the ones to find out it's not real. So I really owe Daniel, a debt of gratitude for making that short and putting that information out there. Just goes to show you, never can be too careful. And I bought that at a coin show, Frostbite. Oh yeah, that was the Indian head, wasn't it? Where was that? Was that Plumber Stackers live stream? I can't remember. It's been so many over the last few days. Oh, just missed it. Look at you, 59. It's in good shape though. We'll keep it. So, not sweet. It's a counterfeit, but the identification. Yeah, it's got everything, and that's what got me when Daniel explained it in his short. Right, he was going over the details and the attributes of the counterfeits, and mine was like a mirror image of those, and that's what got me all worried. And I think I even commented on his short and said, oh shoot, I just bought one, now I gotta check mine. And they got me. So again, that's just a really weird one. You wouldn't expect them to want to be putting all that effort to counterfeit like a $50 coin, but they must have a lot of free time on their hands. Or, assuming they're not in this country, then, maybe the exchange rate works in their favor and it might only be like $100 to us, but to them it could be a substantial amount. There's a BU 1994D. We're going to keep that. I mean, it's just blazing. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe our $100 is like enough for them to live on for a month. You know, who knows? And that's where their motivation comes from. Crazy though. Oh, Big Flip's here. Hey, how are you doing, Flip? I'm going through pennies and listening to fireworks. I'm not going to go over the story again, but I got a counterfeit coin at a coin show. I'm getting it fixed. I already been in contact with the seller, thank God, and we're going to remedy the situation. But yeah, counterfeit coins can be had, apparently much easier than you would think. Dun, 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 dun. Happy 4th, everyone. I don't know. If you guys are in here, I'm assuming you're not up to much, which is... There's a Bent 87. Which can go either way. Sometimes, you know, I like not to do very much. And that's been great for the last couple of days here for me. But I know a lot of people are out doing stuff, so... It's mainly just to force me to get through these so I can roll them back up and take them back to the bank tomorrow. And, you know, like boredom and then to hang out with you guys. Speaking, hang out with you guys, we actually have a few people in here now. So I can stand to give some stuff away. And I am happy to announce, I went ahead and when I was melting silver, right? The first thing I tried to check to make sure my blowtorch was somewhat up to the task was I melted the rest of the gram bars that I had. So, I don't have the gram bars, but I'm happy to report that now we're on to the rounds. And these, I think you guys are going to like because there's a lot of really good designs on these, and I kind of like them more. Yeah, like look, here's a seated kind of thing going on. Mercury, I might keep that one. You guys can't have this. That one's mine. Yeah, but there's like pennies, there's the Lincoln Memorial, there's all kinds of designs on these. They're really cool. There's a Liberty Bell. So I really think you guys are going to like these as much, if not more, than the bars. And we can go from there. But for now, let's throw a couple of these up here, see what designs we get, and then we'll do a giveaway. So, we got a Statue of Liberty. I'm not kidding. I'm keeping that Mercury. I love Mercuries. Statue of Liberty and a Lincoln. And let's see if we can find one more, like... Oh, yeah. One more. This is like a Walker looking thing. Now they're just grams, but they're really cool. And in the interest of the 4th of July, that's a very American 3-gram set. So let's get this giveaway started if I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, the bot's yakking away over there. Why is this? Why is it acting like I'm not logged in? Hold on. Huh. This is fun. Ah. Come on. What is going on here? It's saying I don't exist. Try to get back over. Let's try this. Oh, now I see why this thing is... Now I figured it out. I think I figured it out. Why it's... Yeah, okay, I'm in. Now I figured out why it's throwing my name out there. Because my Google account is not titled my channel name. It's titled my name, which is wrong, so I gotta fix that. Alright, we will start the giveaway. Sorry for the delay there. Technical difficulties. I will leave a stream running. My hood is full of military. So, yeah, that'll be good. Silver and Cigars did a illegal fireworks stream, which I thought we were allowed to let them off in Ohio now, so I'm going to have to check the laws before I start really letting stuff off. I'm going to let off a couple of things before I go to bed tonight. Just for the fun, kind of practice before I do it with the kids. Okay, why did I set this 59 up to the side? There's nothing real special about it. Throw it to the side. Why is my phone going off? We got, yeah, a few minutes, 2 minutes left on the giveaway. Sorry, it's a car question. Give me a minute. Trying to figure out. That is not. I don't think that's a CV axle. I think that's the rack and pinion. Yeah, well, what? I'm not talking about you. This is somebody else asking a car question. Give me another second. That's great because that's gonna hopefully not prompt an entire conversation. Okay, we got 15 seconds left. Jimmy, Frostbite, Siren, Big Flip, and Thomas Stone so far. It is the 4th of July, though, so I'm amazed anybody's even stopped in. So, alright, there we go. Pick the winner. And it's Thomas. Let me grab a bag. I don't know what this bag is from, but they're going in here, Thomas. They're going to come out to you. I have to go drop mail off tomorrow, so with any luck that I don't forget, I'll put these up tonight. Put this up here, and I always have something to mail out for giveaways. As soon as I get them all out, then I do new streams, and it's this cycle that just keeps happening and complete. There we go. At least I got that all figured out. Oh, what are you? You look old. What are you? It's like worn? Oh, it's just a 90. I couldn't see that. Maybe it was the angle, the shine. I couldn't see the the numbering on the date. I thought it was like worn down. I was hopeful. Yet I am let down. There's another really nice 77. What is going on with those? And there's also another decent one that I set to the side in the copper pile because I didn't think it was quite nice enough. Huh. Might have a good batch here, folks. We got so much to do. I need to just shut up and get to coining. 86. Congratulations, Thomas. Appreciate you hanging out. 1992. A little too far, but we should be able to see it. I can already see it. Doesn't look close. Nope, it's gap. So yeah, it's been a good couple of lazy days for me. So I like doing nothing. Doing nothing is probably my favorite pastime. I'll let months go by sitting around doing nothing and be very happy about it. Sometimes when you get time off, you just want to like chill. I did some stuff. I was somewhat active. What is that shiny thing? Okay, I got a couple real shiny ones. So first one, it's just a 98, but it's got a little bit of that pimpling, the zinc or whatever problem on the back. But 98, she is in really good shape. I'm gonna have to put that up there in the save pile, but then, okay, and then this one's 2007. Pretty good looking. Almost thought it was a proof by how shiny it was until I saw the fields. I'm gonna set that one up there too. Luckily, I got a bunch of penny holders, like the hard cases, so I don't have as much trouble putting these up and saving them now that I have containers. And also from Flip, one of these streams, I got all those quarter tubes from Flip. I'm going to have to go through all these statehood quarters that I've set aside, that I've gotten in bank boxes, and like tube them up so they can be a little better protected, because what I got right now, a lot of them are just paper rolls that somebody wrote on with whatever state they are. They're not really protected that well. Yeah, why is it, did somebody, oh, Thomas, okay. I was like, why is it throwing my email into the chat? I thought the bot was broken. Thomas is asking for it. Well, yes, Thomas, drop me a line. But I almost think I already have your address unless it changed. Where do I put that stuff? Where do I put that stuff? Maybe I'm wrong. Either that, or maybe you haven't made it on this sheet yet. Maybe I've sent you something like an actual package. Maybe trade or something like that. Because I thought I had your address. So maybe I've sent you an actual package, and that would be a different list. But these were ones that I've started trying to, mostly for the giveaways, my frequent flyers, so to speak, trying to keep them all straight and a list. That way, somebody can just basically, I can send it out knowing that unless they've moved, they're good. I don't want to weigh up all these 82s, but it's worth it. There's a decent 67. It's brown. They're always brown. Oh, the back's all dirty. We'll still keep it. So yeah, I got a bunch of fireworks from a guy in Indiana when I was driving through. And he, loaded me up. It was an old guy, Army vet, and he just had a little shop. I don't know how often people go in there, but, I just grabbed a bunch of stuff. And when I was checking out, he just grabbed a whole nother bag and started throwing stuff in it. And not little stuff, big stuff. And pretty much doubled my order. While I was standing there checking out by throwing additional stuff into another bag. Just in case I sent it. Okay, cool. What? Somebody's sending me a video. Jeez. That's, yep, I got it. Got it, Thomas. Somebody else sending me a video about the car question. Sometimes you don't want to fix stuff. Or if you do fix stuff, you don't want to tell people you fix stuff. It's like being a person with a truck, right? Person with a truck always gets asked to help people move. Or, can I borrow your truck? It's that kind of thing. When I had a truck, it was nice. I helped so many people move. It's convenient when you need to move something, but you help so many people move when you have a truck. It's annoying. Depending on how much you like those people, it's annoying. And so I got rid of the truck at some point and was like, oh, this is nice. Nobody asked me to help them move anymore. The same can be said, I'm sure Flip gets it a lot from the HVAC. So, people know he has that knowledge, so they're like, oh, hey, our stuff's acting up. Can you tell us what you think is wrong with it? Or can you come take a look at it? Or can you come fix it for us? Or it's exhausting. And so I'm known to be a fixer of things. And it's a big list. And so people, usually family, will attempt to abuse that. There's a really nice 2022. Back's dirty. Keep your skills close so that people don't abuse you. It's hard with family, but you get my drift. I like being helpful, but sometimes you're so helpful it hurts. If that makes sense. So, yeah. Oh, and a good thing, too. So, when I went to that coin shop, they verified my counterfeit Stone Mountain. And I'm hanging out there with Chappie, and he's buying stuff like crazy. And he was, because of the Stone Mountain, kind of delayed me, right? So he was pretty much done, and I hadn't even really started yet. So I was trying to make up for lost time. And I don't know that he is the owner, right? That's a fair statement. But he definitely seemed like he was the one in charge of this coin shop. And it's in the town where I grew up. And so we're going about this stuff, and at one point, I don't know, checking out, he's grabbing something for me or something, and I look at this dude, and I'm like, you look familiar. And so we get into that whole topic, and he's like, where'd you go to school? And I'm like, here. And he's like, oh yeah, me too. Where'd you go to middle school? There. Oh, yeah, me too. Where'd you go to elementary school? Because it's a progression, right? And he's like, here. I'm like, oh, yeah, me too. So we've been going to school together. We're a couple years removed apart, but we've been going to school together our entire lives. And so I'm like, I don't know his last name, but I'm sure if he told me, I'd know it. And so it was just really familiar. But then, shortly thereafter, I was like talking to him, and I'm like, yeah, I got a YouTube channel, Have you ever thought about doing, coin shop interview for like YouTube? Would you be up for something like that? And he said, oh yeah, absolutely, I'd love to. So, some point in the future, I'm going to reach out to him and try to get that set up. So, he's not as old. Oh, this looks beat up. He's not as old and wise as Tim, and not as good looking as Sherry, but, hopefully something good comes of that. And we'll see what I can put together there. 80, 81, 80. So yeah, we're going to have some coin shop. I think he's the owner. I think he is. Like, or maybe he, I don't know, got it from his father, like the business. Like, I don't know the entire story. But it's kind of interesting because now, it sounds like he's been into coins for, quite some time. I'm just now getting into them, really. But it's kind of interesting how all that comes together. Come on, guys. You got 2 letters. You can get that. 90, 2019, 2017, 74, 71, 92, wide. So, is anyone actually doing anything, or is everyone chilling at home? Because I am all for chilling at home on the 4th of July. I'll tell you what. I quit checking. If I see a 2023, I'll check for it. But I haven't seen too many, brilliant looking pennies. So I am kind of skipping through them a bit. Frostbite, I got these coins, too, that I got to send off to you. It's nickels, that quarter we were talking about last time you were going to check for me. And I'm sure I got some other stuff. I got, I think it was in a grab bag or something from Big Flip. I got, holy hell, there's 10 of you in here? This is interesting. So, in a grab bag, I think from Big Flip, I got... Come on. I got the Steel Sense, the PD and S set. They're not in horrible shape. I don't know how. I've seen Steel Sense. I just don't know what the average looking Steel Scent looks like, but they're pretty nice looking compared to some of the ones I've seen in books and things. They're in really good shape, considering. So, I'm actually pretty happy about this. And I got those sitting out here. Figure out what to do with them. Check this 69. Mm-hmm. No doubling. Oh, no rush. Oh, well, yeah, but I keep saying that, and then they keep sitting here on my desk for months. So I'm going to get them out to you. Another 69. No doubling. So, yeah, I am going to get them out. And, yeah, so See Happy Chappy was the one that forced me to go to that coin shop, which was... That's a decent 81. Kind of interesting now because it's hooked me up with that coin shop owner. And that might... There's a fly. How did a fly get in my house? Might turn into something decent. Maybe even like a semi-regular thing. Okay. If any 1992 was a close AM, it should be this one because it's gorgeous. This fly is on my desk. I'm gonna lose my shit. Go, fly. Go. Die. You have like a 72-hour lifespan. So it is... I really shouldn't even be touching it. It's gorgeous. It's that gorgeous. Let's look. No. Of course not. Of course not. Oh, ruler's here. I'm still going to keep that, though. That's a really nice looking 92. Pennies are so hard to go through because you want to keep them. Like, when you see a really nice one, and what's it cost to keep it? A cent? You know what I mean? It's almost no penalty. Like, there's a really nice 2005. It's zinc, and I hate them, but it's still a really nice penny. I hate my life. Ruler, you missed the first giveaway. Thomas Tone won it. 3 grams of the new silver rounds with a very American theme to it. It was, I think, a Lincoln, a Lady Liberty, and maybe a Liberty Bell, something like that. But we are on to the rounds now. I have officially run through the 1 gram bars, and we are on rounds. And I finally figured out why Streamlabs is throwing out my actual name all the time. I haven't fixed it yet, but I figured out why, and I'll figure out how to fix it later. But yeah, isn't that great? Great news. I need to have the chat, like, bigger. Open web browser. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so now I got the chat over here. Okay. I haven't found... That's weird. We're into the second row of rolls, and I haven't found a 2009 yet. At all. Like 0. That's kind of weird. I need some more light. When my power went out the other day, if any of you know that, forget what was going on. It was like a auction, or it was trade day or something. Maybe it was Saturday. Went out, and I was using my YouTube lights as I moved around the house as flashlights. Not big for any other reason. I have flashlights. They have batteries, but they're rechargeable and like adjustable. And so I took one of these and just, set it up to like a half decent brightness, and then set it in the bathroom so I didn't have to think about taking a flashlight. There's a little more light. Not enough to blind anybody, just enough so hopefully I can see. What'd I miss? Oh, Siren's got 36,000 silver dust. I gotta figure that out. I said I was gonna do that, and I haven't yet. But I'm gonna figure out how to find some way to get you guys real things for your silver dust. Can't guarantee that they will be spectacular. Hopefully they will be numismatic or silver, but we'll have to figure that out. And then maybe I'll go broke doing it, because then everyone will figure it out and come hang out in the stream to get free silver or something. It's about time, though. I was talking earlier. What is this fly? I don't have fly swatter because flies don't end up in my house. Bro. struggling here, guys. I'm struggling. I think it is time for me to send in some stuff to be graded. So I got to figure that out. Because it's piling up. I mean, I have that really nice Colombian Expo. I have that suspected die adjustment strike quarter. A pile of Morgans. There's some other stuff too. I just can't think offhand. What? But I probably, right now, just off the top of my head, I could probably send in probably like 25 or 30 coins. Easy. That I would want to get graded, the higher end stuff, not like pennies and things. Things that I would hope would solidify and increase the value of the coin. And that may not always be the... Uh-oh. Okay, so hold on. That's a 70. What is that? Woo! 1926. I like it. What's going on with that 9? And if you guys do hear all the bottle rockets and things, you'll obviously have to forgive me. Remember, I live in a tiny house. What is that? That doesn't look like damage. That looks like... Is there a 9 over 9? Blinded by the light. Thanks, ruler. Oh, that's fun. Let me go get a towel. Ah! Oh, sweet Jesus. And it is legitimately everywhere. So much for numismatics. It's I think I dropped the cup and just gave up on it. It's somewhere around here. It's a really wide cup. And I have small hands. So now all of these coins are not as nice as they were 5 minutes ago. How in the world did I do that? And I didn't even just drop it. This is the worst table to drop anything on. There are so many expensive things on it. It was beer. I was having beer for the first time in a while. And that stands to reason why I should not drink. I wish I was drunk, and then I could blame it on that. But I'm not. Okay, well, hey, the wheat scent's safe. These are just 82s. We almost don't care about them. It was almost gone, but that was a lot of liquid. Luckily, all the flipped coins up there, fine. That's dry. Yeah, it's not that bad. We just gotta clean all these coins in front of me. So, we will do that. Sorry about that. Unexpected. And we can do. I don't know if I'm doing anything weird with the keyboard. That sucks. Try to have a beer for the first time in a long time, and I make a mess and look silly on live stream. Goes to figure. Alright. Okay. Think I'm okay. Now we just gotta clean all the coins. And, like, me. I'm not even worried about me right now, but I'm covered in... Where did the cup go? Did I throw it in anger? Because it seems to have left the earth. Okay. Well, that wheat's good. Move to God? What do you mean, move to God? Okay, those were my hopefully nice ones. There's another wheat that got doused. Oh wait, no, these are still my nice coins. So we'll have to figure those out. These are just the BS coins. So I'm going to have to go get a colander. I will deal with these later. I'm very upset because all the nice coins are in here too. Oh. Okay. We'll try to pick up the nice ones and try to keep them intact, even though they're covered in beer. The fireworks are a nice touch. Oh, and somebody's going ham outside. Lots of clickety-clack. Okay, so you guys, you're going in here. We'll have to resort all of these. And then we'll re-clean all of this. And then we'll go from there. Ha-ha! Surely it can't happen twice, right? We gotta be fine. Okay. I'm amazing. All right. I'm still putting it in the cup. But I think we're going to be good now. Haha. Well, that was a fun intermission. Haha. Okay. I'm not going to say we're back to good, but we're back to decent. Oh. Because it's the cups that I have. It's either this one or a dangerously tall cup that has a skinny base. This one's harder to spill, theoretically, as we've just disproven. But the other one is a lot easier to tip over because it's like this small at the bottom and it's like double the height of this. It's like this tall. So either way, bad design on all of my cups. It's because I'm a cheap person. I don't spend good money on... You want to go outside? Okay, we're going to do another giveaway. If the mouse still works. Okay, where am I at? Boom, let's do another one. while I let the dog out. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You want to go outside with all the fireworks? Ah, the smell of sulfur. Come on, keyboard. I'll have to rinse that off. Like, unplug it and clean it. Actually clean it. Okay. Back to where we were. Coin Junkies and Thomas Frostbite. There we go. We're getting there. You know, and I hate to say it, that's probably not even the most embarrassing thing that I've done on stream. So, it's not that bad. But man, who let the dog out? I don't know how long she's going to make it with all the snap, crackle, pop out there. Or the fact that it smells like the gates of hell have opened and the sulfur is pouring through. So we'll see. But as we were attempting to look before... Oh, come on. That's something weird. Right? It's like a cud, or... It can't be like a 9/9. It doesn't look doubled. There's almost something weird going on the 2. As well. Ringmaster Ray's here. Holy. Y'all must be bored. If everybody is making their way, you just missed all the fun. I spilt my beer and all over all my expensive coins. Luckily, that was awesome because it just stayed where all the cheap coins were. And all the expensive stuff that's up here, not a drop. So, I really need to clean my desk. That's what we have learned. So, looking at this 1926, that looks like something. I don't know what, but it looks like something. Mike P, hey, welcome in. Good to see you. I don't know. We haven't looked at the back yet, but that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to look at more later. And the back's not horrible. Nothing too crazy. Back to one coin. Everything else is over in the drying rack. Drying. Keep it interesting. Keep it fun, right? Throw some beer every once in a while. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, and we're out of time. There we go. Now we can do the drawing. Let me set these down in a uniform manner. Alright. The button is behind the camera. It always bothers me because I can't see it. Ah, Ringmaster Ray. Oh, and we never did figure it out, but we'll see if we can go with the American theme again. Lady Liberty. There we go. We got 3. So, we got George Washington, 1 gram. We got USA. And we got another Lady Liberty. So, 3 grams to Ray. I will put those in a baggie and label it accordingly. Boom. Keep with the American theme. Where'd my marker go? There it is. Okay. Sweet. Congratulations, Ray. Close that out and get back to some pennies. Yeah, no problem. And it's American themed. We got lucky because we're on to these rounds and there's a lot of like coin designs and different things that they've kind of done. I don't know who makes them. But whoever makes them, they're actually really cool. There's even one that's like a Spartan warrior or something looking thing. They're very nice. I've been holding out on them until I got rid of all the bars. And now that I'm through all the bars, we are into the super fun stuff. 85, 78, that's copper. 70. Is that 23? No, 22. So it's been a pretty good few days off. Calm, relaxing. You know, not much going on, which is preferable for me. I never did like fighting the crowds. I don't mind crowds if there's a good reason to go out. You know, if there's a good reason to be wherever the crowds are, then I'll go. You know, no problems. It's not like I, fear the crowds or anything. But, like fireworks, like that whole thing, I like them, but like you can see them from a mile away. That's a really interestingly gold-toned 2003. I think I'm going to keep that one. I never did get it. And probably because my family, we always went to like the park thing where they had the big get together and the fireworks and everything. And like, there's a lake. And when I say lake, I mean big pond in this park. And like everybody's on the big side of the park. The park's kind of in the corner. Or the lake's kind of in the corner of one corner of the park. And so everybody's on the big side. And then they're letting off the fireworks on the other side of the lake pond thing. So it's like they're literally like right there. You know, straight sight. Like you can see the people doing the thing. And so like you would have to go at like 10, 11 a.m. to get like a half decent spot in what is inevitably going to be a sea of people. And we would sit there, different people, sometimes we'd take shifts or whatever, but in the July heat, we would sit in this, there ain't a drop of shade park for this spot to watch these fireworks like right in front of you. And we did this year after year after year. So maybe that's got something to do with it for me, but if it's not worth it, I ain't going. Especially if there's crowds. 95. What's happening in the chat? Oh, I got the giveaway thing up still. I got it. Boom, chat. Shipping done. I know he's not talking to me. I didn't buy anything from him. Well, I probably did, but I can't remember. Every day is like Christmas here. I forget what I order from everyone. And then packages just show up. I'm like, what is this? And then as I open it, I remember what I ordered and who I ordered it from. I have been trying to buy more locally, though. Again, the shops up here near me kind of suck. I got about a year and a half. I got a year and a half before I can pull a shibby Rob. The guy is still saying he's going to retire soon. Last time I just talked to him the other day, he said about a year and a half. So we'll see what happens in a year and a half, but not having a contemporary job sounds very nice. I will say that. So if he really does sell a shop and I'm in a position at that time to do it, I may just buy his shop. Oh, fire up the Redneck Foundry, yeah. Well, that's what I did here, Ruler. Did you see this? So, I'm not pouring. I'm essentially melting and then hammering it into a shape that looks half decent. And it's not going well. So this was the second, I believe. I remelted the first already. This was the second because I was trying to literally get it at an ounce, and this is like 1.01. It's like perfectly an ounce. Eh. So what I'm doing is I'm warming up the mold, and then I just throw the shot in it and then melt it. And the problem is since I don't have a forge, I can't keep the mold warm enough and then melt the shot quick enough because it ends up doing this. Like this was in the bottom of the crucible, and so like you see these sharp edges here, that's where it's essentially sticking to the crucible because it's not getting hot enough to melt. And also, I'm not polishing them, but that's like, graphite and whatever from inside the silver. So, like, I can melt silver. That's not the problem. I can't melt it effectively. So I may actually have to get a forge. We talked about this in the beginning of the stream. But, and it's weird because once I melt it and it starts to then solidify, it's like twice as hard to remelt it. Now if I let it cool like substantially and then go back in, it's easier to remelt. But while it's already hot, getting it to like reliquefy takes a whole lot of heat and effort. It's weird. But then again too, as I've stated, I'm doing this the complete wrong way. Like as wrong as you can. I might as well be sitting out there with a Bic lighter trying to melt silver. It's ridiculous. This fly is now bothering me. Yeah, there you go. Stay over there. No, go ahead. Get the light. Having a grand old time. 62. So yeah, I'm gonna work on it. If I don't want to pour. Okay, I don't want to pour silver. I want to cast silver by essentially filling a mold with silver shot and then putting it in the oven. Right? I want to put it in the oven, get it super hot, liquefy it, and then turn it off, let it start to cool, and then quench it and do all that stuff. But I don't want to pour it. I just want to put it in the mold and fire it. And I feel like I should be able to do that. I just haven't found the right way or equipment to do that yet. I thought I could do it with a torch. And I sort of can, but I can't melt it effectively and get good results. This fly. How did you get in my house? So upset. I barely opened the doors in this house. Must have came in when I let the dog out. But yes, that's the plan. 75, 96. It's close. Yeah. So yes, I'm going to figure it out eventually. I will say the stamps suck. The crappy ones, the basic set, they work, but they're horrible. Not a lot of definition in them. Like, I know I'm stamping on like smaller pieces, but I don't know. I just don't like them. I feel like I get a better set. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. I really don't want to buy like an electric furnace though. Or really a gas one. The gas one comes with its inherent problems, but the electric, I've heard it takes a while to heat up. And so you're talking, it's like the equivalent of running your microwave on high for 30 minutes or something. That could not be great on the electric bill. I'll have to consult like Ray and Kevin and some of those people that do and see if that's really something to be worried about. But I have to imagine it increases the bills substantially, right? The entire thing. I cut a piece of lamppost. The neighbor. Wait, hold on. I cut a piece of lamppost the neighbor drove over one time as he came home drunk. I am using that as a crucible. Oh, so it's steel? Entire thing costs less than $20 to make. That beer attracts flies, mosquitoes. So it, yeah. Well, then I guess in that case, yeah, he's gonna be attracted. So we had that stuff everywhere. $64D. Oh, there's a really nice looking 81. Ah, why? Like, it's always, there's just always a little something. Still gonna keep it though, but schmutz. 72, 79. I want to pour, but I'm lazy. Does that make sense? I don't want to pour. It's a really nice 89, but it's got a fingerprint on the back. $2023. Does it have the extra V? No. So, if you're wondering, get in here close. So, that little VDB, somewhere on these 2023s, there'll be like an extra V after the B. And I'm sure it's not evenly spaced, so it's like VDB space, and then just out here in no man's land, there'll be another V. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. But that's the case. 2009. Finally. Formative years. No doubling on the thumb. That's the only thing on these that I know to look for, thanks to Coin Junkie. But we'll keep it. And we can put our copper up for now. Starting to add up. So yeah, I got a lot to do. I got this coin shop owner that I can interview. We'll see how long it takes me to get that off the ground. I got a bunch of coins to send in for grading. I got to figure that out. There's going to be a lot of interesting things happening. Also, if anybody is hip, there's a thing called the Silver Symposium. Okay, there are old coins on both sides of this roll, so hopefully it's a good one. It's, what is it? It's like the end of September, I think. End of September, beginning of October in Las Vegas. And it's more for investing. It's not like, it's more like silver, you know, the state of the market more so than like numismatics or anything like that. But it seems like it's going to be an interesting thing. I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it. I'd like to. But the tickets cost money. It's in Vegas, so there's a flight, hotel, of course. So, like, the costs kind of add up. But, like, Andy Scheckman's going to be there. a bunch of other people, Economic Ninja, and they're gonna do like all these little seminars and talks and things, and it sounds really interesting. And I want to go, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it happen because I'm going to Gatlinburg. I think if I remember, I think it's like the beginning of September. I'm going there for my niece's wedding. 75. So it's bad timing for that reason, but I'm still going to keep it on the back burner and see if I can make it. You never know. Would be nice, though. 92, a really nice one. Huh. So, on pennies, is there a full designation for anything? Like, full steps, full bell lines, full reeds on the back of the Roosevelt dimes, or bands on the Mercury. I think it is reeds on the Roosevelt. It's not, I forget what they call it. It's the thing that goes around the torch. But is there a full designation for pennies? I don't think there is. 63. Yeah, there's a lot of older copper in this roll. What? Coins stuck together, never a good sign, but it stuck to a 78. Denver. We're going to keep that. Throw you back. You guys are cheating. Throw up all the vowels first and see where it shakes out, huh? Oh, there's a really nice 93. I'm going to keep it. It's beautiful. Decent 82. 75. 82. What the heck are you? Is that 77? Where'd it go? There's his face. Yep, 77. Okay. We'll keep it. 78 right next to it. 64. Oh, yeah, they're going crazy now. 78. I got some of the big stuff this year, and I'm very curious to see how it goes. I don't know how the kids are going to react to it, but that won't be until, like, this weekend. I don't get them back until, like, Friday. So, hopefully we don't get a whole lot of cops called on us for letting off fireworks, like, a week late. But we'll see. Yeah, it's just the color, right? On the pennies ruler. Which is weird because pennies are some of the most heavily circulated, or maybe not now, but were forever the most heavily circulated coins, right? It's a really nice 91. Yeah, it's really nice. Keep it. It's like orphan kids. See a nice penny and I just want to keep it. Close AM on the 96. Cha-cha-cha. Red, brown, brown. Oh, we got a Wheatie. I knew it. I knew we were going to have like a half decent box. I think we got think we got one, maybe two in that bin up there. It's a 52 Denver. And, it's not hateful. Could be worse. So there's another Wheatie. Road Penny, 80. Woo! That was a big one. And it was close too. 2023. No extra V. Oh, this is like, that's my neighbor. Literally, like, right there. Letting stuff off. He's got, like, teenage sons. So, I completely understand that one. Ooh, 66. And a 92. Wide. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, it looks like we might have a pretty one coming up. I see really nice toning. 78, 80, 90, 2022, a really nice 81, another really nice 81. Okay, those were my pretty ones. And a beat up 72D. Not bad, not bad at all. Sperm? Really? You think that's the word? Man, I'm not even halfway through this box. It's 10 o'clock. I gotta get a move on. Oh, wait, the dog. Oh, God. Aww. Is it loud out there? She was patiently waiting at the door like, come get me. I'm sure that's not great with dogs. They're supposed to have better senses of hearing. Or, I know they hear different frequencies, but they should have better hearing as well. So, probably not great for her to be out there. Nice, 81. We had like 2 Canadian in the prior batch that's over there drying. Probably has water spots all over the coins now. On top of the beer spots. Poor puppy. Yeah, she's okay. She's generally happy. I didn't hear her pawing at the door. She knows how to get in when she wants to. Oh! What is that? Somebody practice like a punch or what? It's 2011. Or maybe they drilled it out because I see circular marks all the way around. Maybe they were practicing with the drill or something. That's weird. I'm gonna keep that one. My daughter likes messed up coins, so she should enjoy that one. 1960. 72, 70, 71. Yeah. We're getting, this is a pretty good box. Compared to some that I've had recently, there's actually some stuff in here. $79D, $70D. Come Come on. Where's my $1 million penny? 81. I also need to come up with a better storage system for my copper, because that one guy that passed away or whatever, and his family found like the 1 million copper pennies or whatnot. I saw that. There were some bags, but there were a lot of just like bank boxes. He was essentially, it looked like he was throwing them back into. I don't want to do that. I want to have a better system. As I saw that, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be me in 30 years or something. Also, there was something that spooked me out a bit. Not really spooked me out, but like I was concerned for a quick minute, because I was looking some stuff up online about pennies or relating to pennies or something. And is that 2009? It is. But it's beat up. I don't see any doubling on the thumb. It's all dirty. Man, Lincoln looks a little... I guess I never really looked at his face that much. He looks a little rough in this. I'd normally keep these, but I'm going to pass on that one because of how dirty it is. So there was this article or something that caused me to be doing searches about pennies. I can't remember why. But in that, like, one of the first Google results was a thing that said in 2023, the Mint announced they're going to stop making pennies. And I was like, that seems weird, because I figure everyone I know would be making videos about it if that were the case. So I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. So I started doing like more and more research, and then finally found out that, like, I don't know who they are or why they said that, but apparently they're just trying to like freak people out or something. I don't know. And it's not true, because the Mint literally had to like release a statement that said they had no plans to cancel the penny, blah 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 blah. Maybe they were just like trying to chase like clicks on their article or something. I don't know. But they got me for a quick second, because I was like, oh, well, maybe they just announced it. Maybe I haven't heard. Maybe they didn't tell anybody until just now. It seemed weird, like how that would escape my knowledge once the information had been made public. But no, there were a couple places with articles that literally, I mean, just lie, apparently, and had said, yeah, no, the Mint said this is the last year, and they're going to quit making them. But that turned out to be false. There's a really nice 20... Why? Look at that. Look at that. The whole coin is gorgeous. Maybe even some machine doubling on the lettering. That's probably my camera, though. But look! That scratchy whatever that is. It's upsetting, is what it is. Couple scratches on the back. Ugh. Okay, we're just going to pass on it. What are you guys rolling? Gambling still? 1980 what? 2? 7? I don't know. We'll give up on it. Move on. 77. 78. Alright. We're doing good. I don't think we're going to make it through this box like I thought. But that was before I threw beer everywhere. It kind of messes up your plans. We get a 70 on one side and a modern on the other. Theft. Ooh. Is there an I in no, I guess that's thief. I'm thinking. Never mind. Don't worry about me. I can't spell. With the aid of Google, I can. But past that, me and spelling have a love-hate relationship. Because I can come up with all kinds of ways to spell things that look right but aren't right. 71. What are you? I want to watch the mic. Hold on. Oh, it's not. It's not being too bad. I was wondering how much of the booms it was actually picking up and sending through on the stream. It's not too bad. Johnny T. Redeem all silver. Well, welcome in, sir. Good to see you. Hope you're having a happy and safe 4th. I'm still drying off. I threw a bunch of beer everywhere earlier. You should have seen it. You can replay it later and see it. It was quite the show. And a reminder that I should not probably have uncovered drinks at my coin desk. Is that? No. $87? Is that? Yeah. $63. $69. S. Ha-ha! We did it, folks. Got an S. Shield Scent, 61, 81. I don't know, that might be a red-brown. 81, I'm going to put that to the side. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. It's a little dirty, but it's a really nice 2009. Lawyering years, Chicago. 96 Denver. What's the AM look like? Close. I really appreciate all of you hanging out on these streams with me. I mean, basically it's just me like looking at coins and you guys listening to the ASMR sounds of coins and whatever I have to say. So I do very much appreciate not sitting here alone and doing this. Although spilling the beer would have been better alone. What'd he say? What had to be said? Face gamble had to be said. Yes. Okay. So we'll do this. It's been a minute. We'll do another 2 grams. Did 3 for the first couple. Try to keep it fair and even, but well, it's the 4th of July. I'm amazed that anybody's in here. So we got another Lady Liberty. Lincoln. What else? Oh, yeah, you guys are going to love this. So we'll do another 3 grams. Lincoln. Oh, yeah, you can't see that. Man, that light just hates me. There you go. Lincoln. The Morgan. Little baby Morgan. And another Statue of Liberty. So we'll open this one up here. Boom. And we are ready. So 3 more grams. Because I do appreciate you guys putting up with my antisocial socialism live stream. Whatever this thing is. Close AM on a 96. You look new, but you're not. 1970. That's decent. 75. Really nice looking 82. That's weird. 92. What's the AM look like? There's a gap. $61. $82. How long we do it? We got a minute and 40 seconds. I got some mortars. They should be pretty good. But I'm very curious to see how good they are, because I didn't really pay that much for them. It's like a pack of like 6. I think it was like 6 for like $40 or something. I guess that's kind of expensive on the fireworks side, but I feel like you can go way worse. 2022, 67, 2022, okay. Alright, now we're making some headway. Brand new on one side and 2022 on the other. Knife. FYI, just stack it. The bot is still calling you out. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Yeah, I figured it out, though, Ruler. It's because... remove. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But it does, but it doesn't. It's my Google account that I log into StreamYard with for this channel is called my name and not Just Stack It, which is weird because my Just Wrench It channel is called Just Wrench It. So theoretically I can go in there somehow in my Google settings and change it, but that's why. Because it's calling me what it thinks I'm logged in as. Sort of. Weird how that works. 2009 presidential, decent enough to keep. And are we done yet? Hold on, let me get back. Are we done? We are done. Pick a winner. Pick a winner. Johnny T. If ever there was a deserving person, it would probably be Johnny T. So I will pack these up. It says Roadhog. Apparently somehow I'm reusing old bags, and we will scratch that. Johnny T, congratulations, sir. There we go, another 3 grams. 9 grams tonight. We're doing good. And where's the close button? Close the giveaway. Got it. We're not doing too bad for spilling beer and doing everything else. Should be drinking more. I haven't drank in a while. Long while. And I was like, I'm gonna have beers. And then I started pulling out coins. And now I'm not really drinking. I'm wearing more than I drank, I think. 78. Clear some of this up. 70. 77. It happens. I'll let you get away with it this time. That's funny. Rigged. Oh yeah, Jimmy wins a lot. What are they doing out there? See, now I think you guys are getting some of that. It's like, it's right there. Yes, all the Bud Light. Coors. Not that I, like, honestly, don't get me wrong, like, if somebody really screws up, you know, I guess you can't support them or whatever if they completely, hey, we got a Canadian. And a really nice toned 75. I'm going to set that one in the nice pile. Canadian, bam, 91, 1 cent. So, we're adding up here. Yeah, but all those fireworks, it's like right there. Either that or this could very well be the city's display, because they're not far off either. It's a really nice 87 I'm going to keep. Yeah, that kind of does sound like the city's. It's a little too much boom. Yeah. Yeah, that's the city's fireworks. I thought I was giving my neighbor too much credit. And that hopefully was the coup de grace. There was a lot going on there for a minute, so that should be about it. Get all my copper put up here and move on and get drunk. Try to. I have to work tomorrow. I'm very upset about it. I had all weekend off. I had Monday off. Today. It's been like 5 days since I've had to... Well, I still had to work and do a little bit of stuff, but it's been like 5 days since I really had to do anything major. Cases of Bud Light. Yeah. Oh, no, they're discounting the heck out of all of it. And I mean, yeah, you have to boycott if they're completely, and they kind of are, don't get me wrong, but like the way I look at it, the backlash of the general public is enough. If I'm at the store and for whatever reason I happen to want to grab, I wouldn't drink Bud Light because I don't drink Bud Light, but like Bud Ice or Budweiser, still one of my go-to beers, I guess, if I ever was regularly buying beer. And so with the damage done, right, like me purchasing that beer, I don't see as like, oh my god, you're supporting them, blah blah blah. It's like, let's face it, they're not going out of business, right? I don't think that's gonna happen. It's not impossible, but I'm pretty sure they have enough resources and other brands that people don't know about that they're still supporting. So I don't think if I buy some beer, I don't think it's really going to make a whole lot of difference. I think the outcry they already got was, more than enough to show them that they screwed up. I'm pretty sure the two people that like basically made the decision for those things to happen got fired. And then I have seen them trying to do like ultra American advertising now, like Budweiser's still your friend. You still drink it on the tailgate of your truck while you're waiting for the tow man to get there. Okay, here's a Canadian with something on it. 79. I don't know if we'll be able to get that stuff off of it, but we'll keep it. But you know, like I don't know, they think they realized at this point that they screwed up bad. Now, I'm not the judge of what's enough punishment for them to go through on that, but even knowing and kind of admitting that they screwed up is a win, right? With corporate America. I think if you've gotten that message across and there's been action taken because of it in, you know, the form, the direction that you would want it to go, I think that's amazing in this day and age. Oh, I lost one. I dropped it. It's gone forever. Now I'll find it with like the 50 other pennies that I dropped over the course of the stream. So, what is going on with the people? I've always liked Bud Beer, but I'm tired of the media and large companies forcing me to be... Yeah, I am not forcing them to collect silver. Well, rumor has it that a lot of, I won't say like corporations in general, but funds like BlackRock and places are buying up a lot of physical, and that's helping cause the COMEX shortages that other people are talking about and predicting are well on the way. So there's some writing on the wall there with silver, and they're never like, that's the thing. They don't really talk about, well, that's got to be zinc rot. They talk about it, right? A little bit, but not like much ever. Like really silver as an investment. I can't think of too many places that really do. Like seriously talk about it. So they're not going to tell you that silver's a good investment until it's too late, until they've already secured their positions. And then when they do, oh yeah, now's a good time to have silver, then they're just a really nice 78D. Then they'll tell you so they can ride the wave up based on all the purchases of the general public, right? That's kind of what they do with the stock market too, just nobody wants to admit it. Everybody gets their ducks in a row, and then they start leaking out the articles and the tips that, oh, this is going to move, but the key players have already had those positions secured for a while, and they're basically just using that information and news to ride the wave. Johnny's getting road rage from old people in the hover carts. I'm not making fun of you. It's funny because generally those people they can't drive those things. I've seen some lady trying to like back it up or do something with it one time, or just whatever, and then like other people intervened and were like trying to guide her like to how to do it, like basically like help her back it up or park it wherever she was trying to go. It was like ridiculous. It's like, lady, if you can't drive this thing that we give you to help you maneuver through the store, like it's not that complex of a machine, like you probably should get someone to help you with your shopping. I don't like to be like that, but like there's not always going to be people there to help you park your hover around. It's a decent 74. 92. But it's wide. Hard to tell. Now everyone else is starting to let off their little stuff. Yay, can't wait. Noise. At least it's more quiet than it was like 10 minutes ago. 82. As I was turning the corner, I heard a female voice say, "Oh my God." I saw one of those like road rage videos. It wasn't actually road rage, but like this car's turning right onto a street and some other guy's trying to turn left. And basically like the car, I guess, doesn't see the dude and they make a sharp turn where they really shouldn't have. And they basically like run up on the car and make their turn that way. Damaging the heck out of the car. I think it was like a Corvette or something. Something low. And they got run over, essentially. And it was just like, the Corvette couldn't have seen it coming, you know? You assume that the other people, when you're driving, are going to stay where other people should stay and not in your way. So dude was already like in mid-turn. He was right where he was supposed to be. He didn't do anything wrong. And this dude just cut short and ran over his car. It sounds ridiculous, but apparently people are that dumb. 2 silver, or copper, right next to each other, and a whole bunch of... Alright, we're getting there. What do we got? We might just... It's already getting late here on the East Coast. I gotta work tomorrow. Upsettingly. I might just finish these 3 rolls and call it a night. Yeah, it's already 10:30. Jeez. I feel like an old man. I never want to go to bed at like a reasonable time because I'm like, I shouldn't be going to bed at 11 o'clock? Like, what is it? Like, I can stay up till midnight? No, you really can't. It's upsetting, but you can't. I am old. I'm getting there. So, if I have a good reason, I guess I can go to bed early, but I don't really count work among those. Especially, you know, like right now, working from home, I have a lot of leadway, no commute, you know, like I can sleep a little later because of those things. 79. So, I tend to stay up later because I don't know why. I see this late night as like, I don't know, my time to like actually do stuff. There's a really nice 1990. We're going to keep that. What's going on in the chat? Wait until you retire. You want to stay up and go to silly YouTube channel chats. Yeah, you're not the only one to tell me that. And I guess then it, you know, I will say this, like, retirement or, you know, whatever you want to call that, where people aren't working, you know, for those that are disabled and things, like, yeah, you still have to do your life stuff, but, like, social media, YouTube, TikTok to some degree, and some of these other things, like, it's kind of nice, sort of, because you don't really have to go to all these places to continue to be active. You can be sociable at home. And for the older population or people with, you know, like trouble getting around or, you know, whatever that might be, it's actually really nice for them to have that option, you know, especially for like, you know, little Mrs. Hover-Round that probably ain't going to be getting out much, too much longer. You know, you can still do some things. might annoy your kids with a bunch of Facebook messages or, whatever have you. But you can still be sociable and not have to be as physical about it. And that's a good thing. Because I remember my grandmother, she was always active. She had some mobility issues and things, but like even up to the end, she was still pretty darn active. She'd get around, go out, whatever. And like it just, I could see like some of the trouble with it, but like I think she and probably some other of the older population, like they kind of know that like once you really can't go places because you physically can't like go there or get there or whatever, it's not really a good sign, for however much time you might have left, right? Like the less and less you can do, it's bad. So I think she kind of pushed herself to try to continue some of that, maybe, I don't know, arguably longer than maybe she should have. I don't think it like hurt anything, in the scheme of things, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasant. She had like 2 rebuilt knees and some other things, I think. No doubling on the 69. I think it's the only 69S, if I'm not mistaken, that has the doubling, but I check them all. Because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. She was gassed to death in a supermarket. That's unfortunate, Johnny. Yeah, I don't know. We all got our time. It's weird. When you're young, you don't even think about it, but then you start getting older, and all of a sudden it's, like life and time and mortality and all of that is like just smacking you in the face. It's quite the wake-up call. $82, $92. It's wide. What is that? 78. 60, 64. I was really hoping for some more wheats. And there still might be more in the box. We just aren't going to get to them. 92. And it's covered in something, but it's wide. Alright. One more roll to go. And then we'll call it quits. And that'll leave us 2 rows. Maybe I'll jump on here tomorrow and try to get it done real quick. I don't get my daughter and my son until Friday. So I still have a couple of days once I'm done with work that I should still have some relatively free evenings. But I'm also fixing up this house, or starting the process. So I've been doing like wall patches and prepping for paint and things like that. It's not exciting because dust gets everywhere. Try to keep it down, try to limit it, but it still gets there. What's going on in the chat? Did ordinarily feel pretty bad for that happening, but her cutting me off earlier eliminated that. Oh. 64. Yeah, like you can be a little sympathetic, but like you can't be too sympathetic. Yeah, it's the same thing with like driving a car. And I mean, I don't like that more than anybody else, right? But Like at a certain point, I've known old people that could drive better than a lot of people. And then I've known young people that can't drive for shit either. But like, either or, I feel like if you are continually getting into accidents or whatever, there should be a review. They should have like a better test or a remedial test or something to give these drivers, because I think a lot of them would fail. My fly friend's back. Wants some beer. Ooh, really nice 73. Little on the brown side. Really nice 89. I knew it! I knew this was a great box. Hold on. This is what always happens. It happens every time. I'm going through these damn coins, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna be done. And then I start finding shit. It makes me want to... Oh, and it's old! 1919. It's not in great shape, but for 1919, it's not in horrible shape either. That's a good looking cent. Damn it. 66. 80D. Okay. My phone just went into sleep mode. Or while it's warning me to go into sleep mode, it's like this little thing. Chimes to let you know it's almost bedtime. Okay, I'll make y'all this deal. I'm going to randomly pick one more roll out of here. And if there's a wheat in here, only a wheat, if there's a wheat in here, we will keep going for a couple more rolls. But I think we're going to be safe. This will be the end of it. Plus, I still got to go outside and test one of these mortars while everybody's still getting it, you know? See how much I'm going to scare the kids when I set that thing off in the backyard. Fireworks are a little sketch, right? Like, because, like, it's not like it says, like, light this and stand back 60 feet. Like, there's a little bit of directions, but there's not a lot. It's basically, like, point it away from you, have fun. Okay, let's run through these. Only a wheat. We're looking for a wheat. $89. Yeah, this is going to be the one with, like, no copper in it, because we're actually looking for copper. Okay, 81. There's a copper. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I think we're SOL on this one, guys. 82. $78. 76. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it, guys. But still, I think we're up to like 5 or... What the heck? I'm sure that's just a 69, but... Man... What is that? It's like wax. Or something. Glue? I got it off. 69D. We'll still keep it for copper. 90. Boom. 78. Oh, yeah, no Wheaties. 81. Alright, 2000D. Okay. Well, not too bad so far. I think we had... I know we had like 2 or 3 Canadians. And I know we had at least I think we had 2 wheats by the time I spilled the beer. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a half decent box. There could be more wheats. I think average good box for me is about 10 to 15 wheats. So we're still, I guess, a little below that, but sometimes you go through a whole box without seeing any wheats. So even like 4 or 5 is good, unfortunately. I'll have to go through the rest of this, clean up the others. Fingers crossed that some of the nice ones didn't get messed up, and we'll see what happens there. But not a bad stream all in all. 9 grams of silver given away, and so I will package those up tomorrow after work, like chills out on me somewhere around lunchtime. I'll package those up in envelopes. I am still looking into switching to gold bags. I just haven't. I'm trying to find the best deal on them. Not like wholesale, but like more wholesale, I guess. And I'm just not finding any. Plus, the cost of gold is a little higher than it has been historically. And that's kind of fueling it too, because I'm sure they're actually selling well. So I'm still looking into it. And also, I'm going to check into the whole silver dust thing, because if I can figure that out, then I can, maybe that's where the grams or something will come into play. And you can trade in, I don't know, 10,000 silver dust or something for a gram of silver. I mean, I'm just throwing out numbers, but I'm going to see if I can actually get that set up. I just got to figure out the process of redemption. Because, I know I can link this thing to a store for you to use points to buy stuff, but I have to look at it, find out if, I can add, a custom item like that. That's not actually, a t-shirt. And then maybe it'll, email me and say, hey, you gotta send Siren Silver Stash 5 pounds of silver because she cashed in all her points, something like that. So anyway, happy 4th. I hope everybody is good. I mean, obviously, if you're sitting here with me, you don't have a whole lot going on, and that's fine, because other than the beer spill, it was a totally uneventful evening. So I thank you for spending it with me. I appreciate all of you. And we will do it again very soon. I'm going to get these all rolled up, because I have other coins too, and get to the bank too and see if I can find some other stuff, because I like the pennies, but it's always a little more exciting when there's silver involved. So we'll see what I can get at the bank, and I will update you guys. So maybe even tomorrow night we should be able to do at least another quick stream. So, other than that, just Stack It beer mugs. I'm not big into the merch thing. I'm not, I've thought of, I mean, I wouldn't wear my fucking shirt. You know what I mean? How could I expect anybody else to? Plus, you have to, design it well. And with the stacking thing, you're basically saying, hey, if you can follow me home, this would be a good place to rob. Not, I don't like to publicize too much. But, who knows what the future holds. But for now, if I did a shirt, it'd probably just be, funny coin stuff or something. I don't know what that would be, but you know what I mean? Coin jokes or something to I don't know. Not necessarily branding, because I feel like people are more likely to buy a funny shirt that pertains to something they care about, like stacking or coins, more so than my branded shirt. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's how I see it. Anyhow, okay, just send us $20 bills. That's the best advice I can give. Anyhow, have a great night. Albie made it. I don't know how long you've been here, Albie, but you missed the beer spill. That was fun. But we made it through. And there will probably be a stream tomorrow evening sometime, so look out for that. I appreciate all of you. Have a great rest of your night. I hope everyone keeps their fingers intact, and wish me luck, because I'm about to go try some of my fireworks. All right, I will see you.